ACT just changed, and if you're still studying with the old prep books, you're actually wasting your time. In 2025, the ACT changed dramatically. The science section is now optional. The entire test is cut from 3 hours down to just over 2 hours. The reading passages are shorter, the test is offered in digital and paper formats. And here's the problem, not all ACT prep books have been updated to reflect these massive changes. So today I'm going to show you the 5 ACT prep books that actually work for 2025 and 2026, and more importantly, I'm going to show you which ones are genuinely updated for the new enhanced ACT format. So my name is Gurpreet and I'm from Wizdomi, an education technology platform that's helped thousands of students in US and Canada prepare for standardized tests like ACT. And here's what research shows us. Prep Expert, one of the leading ACT preparation companies, published analysis in 2023 that revealed something critical. A 2 to 4 point improvement on ACT sounds small, but it's actually substantial. So just think about it. A 2-point increase can actually move you from 75th percentile to the 80th percentile. That's the difference between competing schools and dream schools. And where you start does matter. So if your baseline score is below 28, a 4-point improvement is realistic and achievable. If you are already at 32 aiming for a 2-point improvement, it's more realistic and still significant. But here's what's crucial. So the prep book that you choose directly, it impacts whether you hit those improvement goals or not. So the ACT format changes in 2025 means that older books are actually disadvantageous now. Students are studying outdated timing strategies, they are practicing on longer passages than they'll see on test day, they are preparing for a science section that might not even count towards their score. That's why I reviewed the top 5 ACT prep books on the market. I specifically looked at which ones are updated for the enhanced ACT format, which ones have authentic practice tests, which ones offer the best value, and definitely I'm going to share exactly what I found. So my dear viewers, by the end of this video, you will know exactly the 5 best ACT prep books available right now, specifically for the new enhanced ACT format. Second, what makes each book different and why that matters for your specific situation. Third, the exact price of each book and what you're actually getting for your money. Fourth, how many practice tests each book includes and which tests are actually representative of the enhanced ACT. Fifth, which book is best if you are taking the science section versus skipping it. And definitely sixth, which book I recommend for NRI parents trying to support their kids from overseas while managing the new test format. Now this definitely matters because the ACT has changed and your prep book needs to have changed too. So let's get started. I'm Gurpreet and at Wizdomi we have worked with thousands of high school students preparing for the ACT, both the old format and now the enhanced ACT. Now what we have learned is absolutely clear. Students don't need tutoring if they have the right prep book. So the books that I'm going to discuss are the resources that actually work for test prep success. Start with number 5, that is Princeton Review ACT Premium Prep 2025. So if there's one word to describe the Princeton Review approach, it's definitely accessible. The Princeton Review has been helping students prepare for standardized tests for over 40 years. They actually know what works. So this book gives you 8 full-length practice tests. 4 are in the book itself and 4 more are available online. Now that's more practice tests than almost any other resource. And here's what's important. One of the online tests reflects the enhanced ACT format. 1. So if you are specifically preparing for new format, this book includes authentic practice with it. You get 656 pages of comprehensive content review covering English, math, reading, science, and optional writing. Now this book includes video tutorials from expert instructors, actual videos, and they are not test explanations. That's valuable if you are a visual or auditory learner. So this book doesn't overwhelm you because it's structured to build confidence gradually. So for first time ACT takers, that matters. Then the online customized study plan. So you answer some diagnostic questions and the system creates a personalized study timeline based on your goal score and timeline. That's sophisticated sophisticated for a prep book. Then we have essay checklist for the optional writing section. So if you're taking the essay, these checklists will help you understand exactly what earns points. Price wise, if you are looking at be between $32 to $40, which is competitive. For 8 practice tests plus video tutorials, that's a good value. Now, who is this book not for? So if you're already an advanced student scoring 34 or higher on practice tests, you might find the difficulty level too basic. This book is more suited for learners building foundational skills. Also, if you specifically need to ace the science section for your college goals, and this book only partially helps with that, you might pair it with a science specific guide. So Princeton Review is your friendly, accessible guide to ACT prep. It includes 1 enhanced ACT format test, which is valuable. 8 practice tests overall means significant practice volume. So it's best for first time test takers and also those seeking balanced, structured preparation. Then we have Barron's ACT Premium Study Guide. So we are going to talk about that. It's number 4 on the list. So Barron's has been an educational publishing powerhouse for decades. Their ACT book is comprehensive and it's also practice focused. So this book includes 6 full-length practice tests, and that's 1 diagnostic test to identify your starting point plus 5 additional complete tests. There's also a self-assessment section where you rate your confidence level in the topics. So this metacognitive approach helps you understand your actual knowledge gaps versus areas where you are overconfident. So the book provides guidelines for making a personalized study plan. It's not a generic do this for 12 weeks plan. It mainly adapts based on your performance level, goal score, and how much time you have until test day. So it has affordable price between $25 to $37. Given the content, volume, and practice test included, it's budget friendly. Now it also has comprehensive subject review. So every major concept tested on ACT gets coverage with examples and practice questions. Here questions are generally representative of real ACT difficulty. Some prep books make questions harder to challenge students. So Barron's actually tries to match actual test difficulty. So now some students actually report that certain Barron's questions are slightly harder than official ACT questions. This can be demoralizing if you are not very careful. So remember that slightly harder practice builds greater confidence on test day. Now I'm going to talk about who should buy this book. So you definitely, if you are beginning to intermediate level and you want comprehensive prep. You again, if you are on a budget and need 6 practice tests, if you like straightforward study guidance without complex strategy, and if you are taking a 10 to 12 week prep timeline. Now who should not buy this textbook? So if you're already scoring 34 plus and you want advanced study. If you want the only official ACT practice test, then this book has unofficial tests. And if you need specialized science section prep, now Barron's is more practical, affordable, and comprehensive option. 6 practice tests means high volume. So the self-assessment and study planning guidance is valuable. Not perfect for advanced students, but definitely excellent for mainstream preparation. Now I'm going to talk about ACT Prep Black Book 2nd edition. So it's number 3 on the list, and so this is a very different type of book. It's not comprehensive, it's not beginner friendly, but it's incredibly strategic. So the ACT Prep Black Book is actually written by Mike Barrett. He's a test prep expert who has spent years understanding how ACT actually works. So the book is 580 pages of strategy and answer explanations, and here's what you need to know. So this book does not include practice tests. Instead, it works as a companion guide to the official ACT prep guide. So you use it like this. You take a practice test from the official guide, then you look up the answers in ACT Prep Black Book. So instead of basic explanations, you get detailed strategy breakdowns explaining not just the right answer, but why other choices trap students. So the ACT Prep Black Book contains 600 plus detailed answer explanations. Well, these are not simple explanations, they are sophisticated breakdowns of how the ACT designs trick questions. For example, on reading comprehension, the book teaches you that the ACT design means certain answer choices are unambiguously wrong. So your job is not to find the perfect answer, it is to eliminate all the wrong ones. Now that's a different mental model, and it's incredibly powerful once you understand it. The strengths are unmatched strategy quality, because no other book teaches ACT at this level of sophistication. Second, multiple approaches for every question type. So the book recognizes that students learn differently and provides several strategies for different learning styles. Then number 3 is understanding the test design. So once you understand how ACT is constructed, you can navigate it more strategically. Now, important point here that you must purchase the official ACT prep guide separately to see the practice questions this book explains. And you need the 2018 edition of the official guide, that is, the book was written before the 2025 format changes. So who should buy this book then? Let's talk about that. So definitely you, if you're already scoring 32 plus and you want advanced strategy. If you have time for deep study, then again you, if you are willing to purchase both this book and the official ACT prep guide. If you want to learn through detailed analysis, then definitely. Who should not buy this book? You, if you are a beginner or stressed about test prep, if you want all-in-one resource, if you prefer concise explanations over detailed breakdown. So the bottom line is that the ACT prep black book is the strategy specialist for advanced students. You can pair it with official ACT prep guide, so expect to invest significant study time, but your strategic understanding will definitely be exceptional. Second on the list is Barron's official ACT prep guide. Let me reorder it. Official ACT prep guide should be book 2. So let's talk about it. So this is the official study guide from ACT, and it's from the people who actually create the ACT exam. So let me explain why this matters. Now, every other prep book is created by test prep companies trying to match the ACT. This book is created by ACT makers themselves. So the official ACT prep guide is the only source of official enhanced ACT practice tests beyond one free PDF on ACT website. So let that sink in. If you want to practice on authentic official ACT questions in the new enhanced format, this book is your only option. And here's what's included. 4 full-length practice tests in the book itself. All 4 include the optional writing section. All 4 reflect the enhanced ACT format with shorter passages, optional science section, and 2-hour timing, plus 400 plus online flashcards for vocabulary and concept reads. So the explanations for every answer come directly from ACT test makers. They explain not just what the right answer is, but why it's right based on ACT design principles. Now the features are its authenticity because they are actual ACT questions written by actual creators. Then it is enhanced ACT format, so all the practice tests reflect 2025 changes accurately. Then the feature is that it's direct from source. Then there's no interpretation layer, so you're learning from the people who actually designed the test. Now, to be honest, this book isn't as strategy focused as ACT prep black book. So the explanations are clear, but sometimes they don't go as deep into why the ACT does this. So for strategy coaching, you might pair this with another resource. But for authentic practice, this is unmatched. So who should buy this book? Of course, you, if you want official practice tests, if you are taking the enhanced ACT format, or if you value authenticity over extensive strategy guidance, and also you, if you'll pair it with a strategy guide like ACT prep black. Who should not buy it? You, if you want comprehensive strategy without buying a second book, if you are a beginner who needs step-by-step guidance, and if you want the most questions per dollar. But honestly, if you are serious about ACT, you should actually own this book. So the official ACT prep guide, it's the gold standard for authentic practice. 4 official tests in enhanced ACT format, essential for serious preparation, best paired with a strategy guide for complete mastery. Then we have the Kaplan Act Total Prep 2026. And finally, this is number 1 and it's my top recommendation. Why is it at the top? Now, because Kaplan is an official teaching partner of ACT. That means that they work directly with ACT to ensure their materials align with the real test, and that partnership shows in the resources included. So this book definitely includes comprehensive content review for all 4 ACT sections, that is English, Math, Reading and Science. But here's the standout feature. So Kaplan has actually built a 500 plus question online Q bank, and that's the largest practice question bank from any book plus online resource. So here you get multiple full-length practice tests, you get targeted drills for each question type, you get a full year of online access, and you get access to video lessons and tutorials covering key concepts. The strengths are Kaplan's money back guarantee. So study with their resources faithfully, and if your ACT score doesn't improve, they'll definitely refund your money. That's the confidence in their product. The 500 plus Q bank is comprehensive, so you can drill specific question types without even taking full practice tests. Now Kaplan works directly with ACT makers. Now that alignment actually matters a lot. Then we have its strengths. So its strengths are balanced approach, strategy, content review, and practice volume. I'm not overemphasizing any one area. Now one consideration here, this book is comprehensive. So if you're just looking for quick prep and don't have much time, it might feel like too much material. But if you have 10 to 12 weeks and want systematic preparation, this is perfect. Now who should buy this book? So you, if you want balanced all-in-one preparation, if you have 10 to 12 weeks, if you like knowing your prep resources officially aligned with ACT, if you have money back guarantee, if you want 500 practice questions available. Why it's number one? Because Kaplan combines official partnership with ACT comprehensive content, massive practice question volume, and strategic guidance. For most students preparing for ACT, this single book can be your entire preparation resource. That's rare, that's why it's number one. Now, Kaplan ACT Total Prep 2026 is my top recommendation. Official partnership with ACT comprehensive content, 500 plus online practice questions, money back guarantee, perfect for 10 to 12 week preparation timeline. So we have covered 5 books, and let me break down who should choose which book. If you are a first time test taker and you want one comprehensive book, then you should go for Kaplan ACT Total Prep 2026 because it's balanced, authoritative, and it can be your only resource. This is my number one recommendation. If you are already a strong student aiming for 34 plus and want advanced strategy, so the ACT Prep Black Book plus the official ACT Prep Guide, yes, that's 2 books. Yes, they work together, so you'll have authentic practice tests plus sophisticated strategy explanation. If you want authentic official practice tests specifically, so the official ACT Prep Guide 2025 to 26, 4 official tests in enhanced ACT format, essential for serious prep. If you are on a budget and want good value, go for Barron's ACT Premium Study Guide, which includes 6 practice tests, comprehensive review, and also it has affordable pricing. So if you're taking the enhanced ACT format specifically and want that represented, go for it. Princeton review includes 1 enhanced ACT format test, or Kaplan, which is updated for 2026 format. Now a specific note for NRI families in US and Canada. So you face unique challenges, time zone differences with tutors, limited test center access in some areas, international logistics. So for you specifically, I would say that the primary resource Kaplan ACT Total Prep 2026 works the best. Why? Because it has 1 year online access 24/7 no matter the time zone. You are dependent on live instruction or tutor availability. You should also supplement it with the official ACT Prep Guide for authentic practice tests reflecting enhanced ACT format. So this 2-book combination will cost you around $75 to $85, and that's less than 2 hours of tutoring. And these books serve your entire family if multiple siblings are preparing for ACT. Let me leave you with this. The ACT changed in 2025, so your prep book needs to reflect those changes definitely. And research shows that quality preparation yields 2 to 4 point improvements. That's meaningful. That actually moves your percentile rank, and it also impacts college opportunity, but only if you are studying with materials updated for the new test. So here's what I want you to do next. First, click the links in the description because all 5 books are linked there with current prices and purchase options. Second, identify which book matches your situation. First timer wanting balanced prep, then go for Kaplan. Advanced student wanting strategy, go for ACT Black Book plus official guide. Want authentic practice, go for official ACT Prep Guide. Budget conscious, go for Barron's, and want enhanced ACT representation, you can go for Princeton review or Kaplan. Third, commit to consistent practice because studies shows that students who study more than 20 hours over 8 to 12 weeks, they see the biggest improvements, and that's 2 to 3 hours per week, so it's very manageable. Fourth, if you are an NRI family, remember that these books work across time zones, so you have that flexibility. And fifth, subscribe to our channel because we create content specifically for students preparing for college entrance exams. So every video is research backed and also practical. Now the ACT changed, but the formula for success hasn't. So choose the right prep books, study consistently, and you'll see drastic improvements. So thank you so much for watching, and if this video helped you, please like it because that tells YouTube to recommend it to other students and parents like you. Subscribe to the Wizdomi channel for more ACT prep content. SAT prep content, college admission tips, and study strategies. And also for personalized one-on-one ACT tutoring, visit our website wizdomi.com, because we offer tailored sessions with expert instructors who identify your specific challenges and create customized plans. So your journey to a 34 plus ACT score starts with choosing the right prep book, and I have given you the roadmap. I have shown you the 5 best books and I have told you which one I recommend. Now it's time to take action, so see you in the next video.